Hi, this is Jimmy from Foster Web Marketing, and I'm here with one of our best clients. He's a marketing superstar. It's Bob Battle of Richmond, Virginia. He's a DUI lawyer, and we brought him in here to tell us a little bit about his story and how he's put himself in a position where he's really an expert in his field. So Bob, thanks so much for being here.
It's great to be here, Jimmy.
Can you tell us a little bit about your practice and what you do?
Sure. I primarily focus on the areas of DUI law in Virginia and reckless driving, speeding. DUIs, I think most people realize right off the bat, it's serious everywhere, but Virginia also is the state where anything above 80 can and will be charged as reckless driving, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor.
So you have had a website with us for a couple years, but can you tell us where your firm was 5 or 10 years ago? How
Sure.
you've evolved into a marketing rock star?
Yeah, well, I'd love to. Very much want to share my story with other people because hopefully I can convince them, and it's what happened. His story goes like this: I was with another web company, and nice guy, and he set up my website, and I noticed that after a while, I was not appearing on the first page of Google, second page, I don't know how many pages, but if you're not on the first 2 pages of Google, more or less you're non-existent on the internet. Well, I'd referred another person who does the same type of practice to me, and saw that person was doing much better than I was. And I said to him, well, what's the deal? He said, oh, there's some new strategies that I thought of, and I've applied them to this guy, but basically, forgot about the people who are his longtime clients and referring people to him. So at that point, I started looking around. I'd heard of Foster Web Marketing, and of course, before even signing on, I'd done my due diligence. So I looked at people like Ben Glass, which is benglasslaw.com, some other people, and saw, before I even talked to Tom, that this was not some sales pitch, that his clients were doing very well. Well, one of the things that I like to laugh about now, because I know that's not how the internet works, this old webmaster told me, he said, look, he says, you're just a one-person law firm. He says, there's no way you can compete. And I realized that, the internet rewards content. And I was willing to work hard, like I know so many people are. I just needed to find the right vehicle. So when I got to Foster Web Marketing, the great thing about the people at Foster Web Marketing is they don't just put up a great-looking website, but they don't, not only are experts on search engine optimization, but they also teach you about marketing and how to make it so that when people do find your site, that they're going to want to hire you. And sure enough, keeping in mind what this other person said, and knowing it's going to take a while to build some content, I was shocked because I was giving myself about 6 months. Within 3 months, I was starting to show up on the first page of Google for some of the bigger search engines terms. And now, 5 years later, I dominate for every DUI and reckless driving related search engine term in the Richmond area. That's
awesome. And you don't have just one site. You have Bob Battle Law, which is your main site, but you have what we would call a Speed Pass site, which is really your niche within a niche. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. One of the great things that Foster Web offers to its clients is they will create another site based on your first website. Then they know enough that you can't put the exact same content up there, but you can put similar content. So the look of, and it's VirginiaRecklessDrivingLawyer.com is the second website. And the reason that I created this site really were twofold. One, I realized that, hey, if I can get multiple returns out of one website, why not add another website and get, sometimes 3 spots on page 1 of Google for these search terms. But the other important thing is, in the Virginia area, there were some places that my firm goes to all the time, and that we're very familiar with, who are not names of most people, because they're kind of in the middle of nowhere. And the 4 specific counties I was targeting are Caroline County, Hanover County, Dinwiddie County, and Greensville County. These are all huge 24/7 speed traps where I see the police officers, anything above 80 are writing people with reckless driving. So not only do I talk about in general how tough Virginia is, but I talk about the specific ways we handle and hopefully help people in these counties. And that site, again, has done very well for people searching in those counties.
And so your websites and the content that you've added to them has, in turn, brought you more clients. But what kind of tools are you using to get the people who visit your website to actually pick up the phone and call your office?
Well, what we do is a marketing concept called information marketing. When you come to my website, you will see that I have consumer guides that I have created, and really what we do is we try to enter the conversation that's already in the potential client's mind. So many lawyers just want to talk about themselves, and really the clients want them to help them with what they're going through at that time. So really what I've found after having practiced for 27 years, talked to thousands of clients, is basically people charged with DUI, even if they thought, well, I've had times where I've been lucky I got home, they really don't see themselves as ever getting a DUI, or even people who've had them before don't ever see themselves doing it again. Their question is, how do I choose a DUI lawyer? There's all these different options. So I've got this consumer guide that not only tells the questions they should be asking of any lawyer, but answers them with respect to my law firm. And even in part 2 of that talks about 20 issues I see lawyers miss that lose winnable cases. On the reckless driving speeding area, the big thing I need to emphasize is people know a DUI is a very big deal. It's that way everywhere. But these speeding tickets, most of them in their home areas are not criminal misdemeanors. So my consumer guide for reckless driving speeding is called The Shocking Truth About Reckless Driving Speeding in Virginia. It lets them know it's a criminal charge, that if convicted, they will have a permanent criminal record. Lets them know a lot of the other collateral consequences of this charge, and that is really what I need people to find out, because the sad thing is I get maybe a call a month from someone who a couple of years ago got one of these tickets, thought of it as a regular speeding ticket, never went to court, wound up paying it at some point, and then they call me up and said, hey, I just got a job that I'm not going to get because I've got a criminal record. Can you expunge it? The answer is no. They're not eligible for expungements in Virginia and actual convictions. So really I'm trying to get that message out to people with the pending charge is, hey, this is a big deal, you need a lawyer.
So off camera we were chatting before, and you said that you actually had to hire another lawyer because you can't keep up with the number of cases you're getting from your site.
Yeah, I mean, really, when I first went to Foster Web Marketing, the issue was, just getting more cases, getting a steady stream of cases. Now, 6 years into it, it's how do we call back all of these people? So I have what's called an of-counsel relationship with a lawyer by the name of Claude Whitehead, who's very experienced. And basically what that is we team up legally as more or less join forces for those cases, and it's what's known as an of-counsel relationship. And so that allows me to have Claude help me back just to help out all these people who've been charged with DUI or reckless driving speeding.
And as we all know, marketing isn't all online, even though we're a web marketing company.
Right.
I mean, even we do some direct mail and stuff like that. We have a newsletter. What kind of stuff are you doing off the web to get people to your website?
I do use direct mail. One of the great things, if you study direct mail, one of the biggest problems of businesses in general that do not exist in DUI and traffic cases, one, where do I get my list? I mean, people charged with traffic or criminal offenses, it's available at the courthouse for free. It's a public record. The other thing is, that's a marketing problem with other types of businesses. How do I get them to, actually buy my product or purchase my services? Whereas, and that's what's known as a call to action, like only 5 left, or buy now, get the Ginsu knife. Well, when they're charged with, a serious traffic offense, they've got a court date, maybe an arraignment date, DUI, they've been arrested, so they know that they need to find someone soon. So those are some of the great advantages. So I send the direct mail, but again, the message is different. I don't say, call me, call me, call me. I say, go to my Foster website. There's a ton of free information on there. I don't think anybody has anywhere near the amount and the types of information that I have purposely put on this Foster website. And I say, don't call me, don't call anybody till you get these consumer guides, check it out. And so then the person that I call, I get people all the time who have made up their mind that they want to hire me before they even reach me. And that's, I suppose, to most people saying, gee, I hope this person will hire me. He's talking to other lawyers. Should I lower my price? I never do that. I don't even do free consultations anymore. If you want to come meet with me, I don't meet people anywhere other than Richmond. I charge a $400 consultation fees on DUIs, which I'll credit if they hire me. But that's sort of the advantage of having this type of very high quality, marketing in place. And obviously, I credit the Foster Web marketing folks as having me got to this place. There was a dream 6 years ago. Now it's a reality. I'm on my 4th straight year during a supposed recession of record numbers. And when we talk numbers, we're not talking small increments. I mean, when I first met Tom Foster and started getting into the marketing of my website, I had written down a goal of what I wanted to do in a gross amount of revenue for that year. Well, I thought I was making a very aggressive goal that year, and I put a number of $50,000 more than any year than I had achieved prior to that. And basically, what I like to tell people is I'm happy that I didn't achieve that goal. I came nowhere near it, because that year I got $250,000 more income than I'd had in any other year. And every year since then, it's gone up. And there's the point now, as I said, my issues are, how do I get back and make sure that I take care of all the people who want to hire me, as opposed to, I hope I get enough clients to keep the lights on.
So if you could just offer one tip to a struggling solo practitioner or someone who's part of a small firm who wants to be in the position that you're in now, what would it be? Like, what's step one?
Step one is, what you have to realize is people will take out loans. So many lawyers don't. So many lawyers start a business. Most businesses start out, they take out a loan, they don't expect to make a profit, they have a business plan. Well, what I'm saying to everybody out there is, step one in this day and age, don't waste a dime. I'm not in the yellow pages. I'm not on internet lawyer directories. You should spend your money on a Foster website. Let me say a couple things about that. What you should be concerned about is not whether Foster website may appear to you, and I say appear to you because when you do your return on investment, it's a no-brainer, but it may appear to you to be more expensive. I say there's no one else who offers and has consistently delivered for so many clients page one of Google, which is the promised land. But not only do you get an amazing return on investment there, but let me point this out to people, is that 6 years ago, if you'd have asked me as a traffic lawyer in Richmond, Virginia, what my law firm would be worth when I decide to retire, I'd say zero. And that was a reality. Ask me now, 6 years later, with a website that has dominated, gets more traffic than any other website, that alone makes my business easily $1 million asset. So I say, when you compare your return on investment, do your homework. Pick up the phone, call me, or just start looking at the other Foster Web clients, but also consider the long-range value. Number one, get the website before your competitor does, and Foster Web marketing is the best.
Well, I hope that what everyone takes away from this is that you really can turn your law firm upside down and into the firm that you always dreamed it would be. So if you want to learn more from a marketing superstar, check out bobbattlelaw.com. Bob, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Cheers.